Well, hey there, happy day 1090 of What's She Up To Now. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, documenting my journey as I transition from the brick and mortar world to the online world. Spent, over a quarter century in corporate America, working for some of the coolest companies on the planet. I gotta say, I had an incredibly fun and interesting, just like everything else in life, kind of a roller coaster ride of a corporate career. And on the side, since I was 13, I've always had some sort of business going on, some kind of a side, not a side hustle, but a side business or a side endeavor. Some of which were big and ended up causing me to just say bye-bye to corporate America in by 2003, 2004. It's been a long time now. And today I want to talk about comparison and no comparison. Why? Because I found myself this morning reviewing a couple of things. Normally I don't do this in the morning, but for some reason I was called to check my Facebook this morning, and I'm doing someone's challenge starting February 14th. And I do a lot of other people's challenges, and I found myself comparing how I do challenges and what I do to this person, not out loud, but in my mind. And I was thinking about this, and I'm thinking, well, I could do that. I've got these tools. I've done this, but I didn't continue to do it. I've tried it, but I didn't continue to do it. It's obviously working very well for this person. Why am I not doing it? Is it because I'm afraid? Because I read something else about fear today. And as part of my morning routine, I read every morning. Probably not the best thing to read in the morning, something about fear, but that's what I was looking into. And I realized that fear and competition come from comparison. Me comparing myself to other people who do something similar to me, or maybe not, leads to comparison, which makes me feel like there's competition and question what I'm doing. Never a good thing, right? We have our own goals and objectives. Whoever else is in a similar field has their own goals and objectives, and each of us bring something unique and special to the equation that nobody else on the planet can bring. And that is, of course, ourselves. We bring ourselves. So there is no comparison. When I look at it's really funny because I'm doing more than one challenge right now, but it's for some reason this one really hit home to me to say, okay, this person is just doing phenomenally well with this particular strategy, which I don't consider, my challenges aren't a strategy. So there in and of itself is a difference, right? The person is using challenges to bring more people, more leads into their business and into their world, and to grow their following and their influence. And I guess I have a different purpose for my challenges. And so there in and of itself means that I should not compare myself to others. And it just goes to show you that even after years of thinking that I don't do that, I still do that. We still do that. It's human nature to see what other people are doing and say, oh, wow, they're doing so much better with this. Depending on how we define success and better, right? So this person may be doing better in some ways with the way they're doing their challenges, but they may be doing not nearly as well as I am with the way I do my challenges in terms of how we define success and how we measure and want to, and what we want, what our outcome for our challenges, what we want that to be. I hope I'm explaining this all right. My whole point is there is no comparison. And when you're not comparing yourself to others, guess what? There's no competition. And if there's no competition, there's no fear. So it kind of works itself around if we think about it. And that's how everything works. It's amazing how much of our life and our perception and our reality and our is all due to our thinking and our feelings and our beliefs. It's so dictated by our mindset. The things that we'll even think about or try or look at or investigate or see, we literally cannot see things if we don't want to, if we don't allow ourselves to. Here's a huge example. If you look at the political landscape of the United States right now, it's incredible to certain people how other people can think and how they can believe things and fall for different influencers or influences, right? The media, mass media, the media has a huge influence on millions of people, not just a few people, millions. Why? Because it works, it's effective, it's a proven brainwashing strategy, and it works. So I find it really interesting just to sit back and watch all of these dynamics and all of these things play out, because I haven't watched the media since the 80s. I think I've shared that before. I haven't really been a participant in that. But it seems like every 4 years I get sucked into some of the political stuff. And then I'm kicking myself because I'm like, you know what? 99% of the time, I don't have any idea what's going on with respect to politics and things. And I don't care because it doesn't impact how I interact and do my life and do my business with other people. And that's the most important thing to me. But it's fun to sit back and watch sometimes and think, oh my gosh. But if we're thinking about and realizing that if we're being ourselves, if we're truly being ourselves, if we're following our guide, and our intuition is our biggest, best guide, you know, how does something make you feel? If it makes you feel good and positive and light, it's for you. If it makes you feel heavy or negative or upset or off in any way, that means the thing isn't for you. I use that as my guide for good and evil, right? If something feels negative or heavy or off or wrong or not right for me, that goes in my evil pile and I just stay away from it. For me, it's not right for me. Other people might not think it's evil. Some people think that fraud and cheating and unethical behavior is perfectly fine for them. It's like cheating on your spouse. Some people think it's absolutely okay for them. And so it's okay for them, but that would absolutely positively not be okay for me. Why? Because the way it makes me feel would make me feel terrible and crappy, and I don't ever want to feel that way. So we each have our own internal guide that we have to listen to when it comes to things like that. So what else is going on? What am I working on? Let me sneak a drink of coffee. I'm obviously going to work on my challenge. New Get Up and Go challenge, February 1st. Be a 30-day challenge to get up and go. Why? Because I noticed in January when I'm not doing a Get Up and Go challenge, I am letting things slip and slide, and I don't like that feeling. Doesn't feel right to me, feels wrong to me. Therefore, I'm going to change that. February 1st, we're going to do a 30-day Get Up and Go challenge. I know it's only a 28-day month, so I'll rethink that a little bit. Maybe it'll be a 28-day challenge, but I like 30-day challenges because they really get us in and making some massive transformations and changes in the direction we want to go. This year, my challenge, my annual challenge, I guess I've started doing an annual challenge now. It's the 4th year in a row, so it's kind of feeling like a thing. This year is a mindfulness journey and a mindfulness challenge to get more in tune with who I really am. Figure out things like, oh, I guess I do believe things and I still compare myself to others. Need to get rid of that. Stop doing that, because guess what? As weird as it sounds, there's only one me. Thank goodness, right? That's what my kids say. They're like, thank goodness there's only one you, Mom. So this year we're doing one thing every day that centers you from this little journal book. This is, again, the 4th year in a row I stumbled upon these journal books years ago. I found the first one, and I don't know if it was the first one that they produced, but it was the first one that I was attracted to, called Do One Thing Every Day That Scares You. Actually, probably still have it in the drawer by my feet. And every day I was scared to death to get online and do live video. And so I told myself, all right, I've had this little journal book I'd had it probably for 4 years, maybe more by then, 4 or 5 years. And a friend of mine and I had gotten it to do a network marketing business. But of course, we didn't do it. We did about a week of it, and then we got scared and stopped using it. So that didn't work. It's kind of how my network marketing career went too. It didn't feel right to me. A great industry for a lot of people, doesn't feel right to me. So, but every day I committed to myself that first year that I was going to look in that book and I was going to go to the page for the day. And I actually did it in order, which was really good, because before I had started and stopped and started and stopped using the book. But I've committed to myself that every day I'm going to hop online, and as painful and as miserable and as scary as it is, I'm going to do this video. And it was only like a minute. I guess I probably talked longer that first year on each of these videos than I have in subsequent years. Now it runs about a minute. So for example, today's was, we turn not older with years, but newer every day, saying by Emily Dickinson, and then how I turn newer today. So today, sometime throughout my day, I will do and think about and notice, how am I newer today? How is this new day an opportunity for me? Well, for me, it's a new opportunity to look at what isn't working in certain areas. And what doesn't work for me is comparing myself to others. And so that would be one lesson I've already learned today, is to remember that we only compare ourselves to others when we're trying to stop ourselves and when we're in fear. So that was actually a really good lesson. Even though it didn't feel great when I was noticing it this morning, I was like, okay, it's there to show me something, that I still let stuff bother me that I really don't want to bother me anymore. So that was our daily idiom. So all year this year on my actual, I moved from my pajama grandma page, which I did the last 3 challenges on. No, I don't think I did. I think I had a special page, Daily Scare Share, for the first challenge. I'm not positive. I'd have to think and look it up where I actually did that, but it's probably still out there. Heaven forbid should anyone go find it, because I would probably be very embarrassed and very humiliated by those early videos, because these are still pretty bad, right? Sometimes they're pretty bad. But last year I did my last one on my pajama grandma page. I had a pajama grandma page, and I'd show up every day in my pajamas and actually bathrobes or something new, and do a video every day, because I wanted to portray the pajama grandma lifestyle, the laptop lifestyle for a grandma, because I actually discovered early on in my online endeavors that I was spending an increasing amount of time literally in my pajamas. And I was a grandma, so it just seemed to kind of fit for me. And it fit. But last year, it started to feel like, I need to come out of that. I need to just be myself, right? Because I'm always about being myself. Well, pajama grandma is part of me, but it isn't all of me. So I wanted to let that persona go. So this year, I'm just doing it on my Sharon Horne-Ellstrom page. I have a page on Facebook, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom. I also share it other places, but the best place to, if you want to participate, is to go to the Sharon Horne-Ellstrom page and just join it's just a page on Facebook. You don't even have to join it or anything, but just every day, if you like the page, you get the notification that it's live. And so that's the quickest, fastest, easiest way to actually see those. And I would love if people would want to do that with me. Again, I do this selfishly for myself, to warm up my voice in the morning so that I can talk on my videos, especially when I'm doing challenges and things, which February 1st, we're going to start a new challenge. So I want to make sure that I don't have my gravel gurdy morning voice when I first start doing my video. So that is the purpose and the reason still that I do this. You know, famous people and actors and actresses and comedians and things do voice exercises. I'm not that fancy. I just do a quick video, and it is what it is. Our Supersize Your Business was cleanliness is next to godliness. Doing about 100 days of Proverbs. I decided to start the new year instead of struggling and looking for idioms every day, which I did for about a week or two. And I thought, boy, this is a slow, not very fun process. I was doing alphabetically, literally going through a dictionary. And whenever I came to an idiom and I hadn't done it, and then I'd search and see, have I done it yet? Because I think I've done 690 plus. So I've probably done I know I've done over 700. And so out of the 25,000 English idioms, I've only done like 700. So am I going to run out soon? Probably not. Is it going to annoy my people probably before I quit doing it? Maybe. They haven't told me that they hate them yet. So I keep doing them. And to me, it's just like having a word of the day or something that helps us to take something that we normally probably wouldn't even think about, but we take it and we say, how does this apply to my business? How does this, and does it? Some of them, it's a stretch. I did a book of over 600 idioms initially. As part of my move, I needed to find a way to have content every day and make it easy to create and not have to think about it too hard. So I started randomly going through this book of idioms that I got it right here. I had gotten for my kids, and they never looked at it. And I found it when I was moving, and laughed because I'm like, this book is brand new. Now, it doesn't look brand new anymore, does it? It looks a little worn. Where's for the wear? It's very worn. And what I did is I randomly would go through and I would just grab an idiom and I'd talk about it. That worked fine until I decided I was going to do every single one. And why did I decide that? I decided it because I went through and I picked the easy ones first, the ones that was easy to tie to business and how it applied to your business. And then I said, okay, I want a personal challenge. I'm going to do all of them. I'm going to commit to doing all of them, every single one in the book, whether they seem like they apply to business or not. And some of them were definitely a stretch. Again, those are all available on my Supersize Your Business page. So if you ever want to go back or watch or search or listen to any of those, you can just go to the page and then you can do a search in a little search bar in the left-hand column, and you can look up any idiom, any topic that you want. And I guarantee we've hit the most popular ones in the English language for sure, at least once. And some of them, as I'm doing these Proverbs, there are a few that I've already done, but I'm doing them again because I've got, a couple years experience and a different perspective and a fresher look and a fresher take on them, because things are different now, right? Isn't everything different in our business and in our lives right now due to this whole COVID-19 pandemic stuff? So that has given me, as negative as it is to many people, it's given me a whole new twist and a whole new way of looking at these sayings, these phrases, these idioms. What do they mean? And how do we apply them to our business today? You know, cleanliness next to godliness had a very different meaning depending on your industry a year and a half ago or a year ago than it does now, and what we're required to do and what we have to do. And I'm going to get into all the dynamics of that, but it's a huge environmental change that everyone and the planet is having to adjust to and change, and it's a challenge for many. So that's it. Those are the big things I'm working on. Challenge, excited. I'm going to do some different things in February. I don't even know what they're all going to be yet, but I am definitely going to mix things up and do things differently with this challenge than I did with the challenges last year. Why? It's brand new year, brand new challenges. And I like to always be moving and growing and progressing just like everybody else. That's the whole purpose of the challenge, is to make that an automatic process for you so that you'll guarantee you're better off after any change or challenge that you face than before you faced it. So that you've got the skills and the tools and the things that you need that work for you to move you in the direction you want to go. All right, have an amazing day. If I can help you in any way, ask in the comments below or direct message me. Otherwise, I'll be back tomorrow to update you on what I'm doing now. Take care. Bye.